Hello everybody and welcome to another game. Here we have two great Division Team 1 members. Here we have Freaks and Beeks and Hallie, who specifically told me to not call them Halichoeres. So from now on, we will be referring to Hallie as Halichoeres for as long as I can remember at least. Anyway, I absolutely love that these two teams are playing together. I love watching these. I have casted, I think, both teams around 2 to at least 3 times. Freaks and Beeks is probably one of my, if not all-time favorites from both these sides, but shh, you didn't hear that from me. Anyway, our first map is going to be Lijiang Tower, and I have to be honest, my favorite map in Lijiang Tower has to be Gardens. You know, you have so much versatility there. You can play a Sombra, you can play a Pharah, you can play a Winston, you can play, if you're saucy, a Bastion. It can go anywhere that you want it to. And now we are just waiting for these two teams to ready up, you know, changing their icons a little bit because I got them a little bit coordinated for today, which gonna have to be honest, I'm pretty proud of myself for doing that. And we are going to, yeah, like I said, so what are we going to be seeing today? Well, we are going to be seeing Beek playing Beek playing Orisa. Beek is an amazing Orisa main. He knows a tank main who focuses on Orisa right now because it's such a cornerstone and such needed in the meta that right now, but who knows, it might change when 222 comes out. But we are going to be going into the first map. Let's see what we get. Rubbing my hands together because this is very exciting. I'm seriously hoping that our first map is going to be Gardens, and ooh, it is not that I can honestly remember. Actually, no, this is Gardens. I'm stupid. Okay, whatever. Okay, anyway, like I said, we are going to be seeing Beek playing the Orisa on the first part. Now, I'm a little bit, I do think that we are going to be seeing Cause on DPS, perhaps Pharah, but we don't know that yet. We're waiting for these teams to assemble their heroes. I'm really want to see a Sombra, to be honest. I've been seeing quite a bit, but I just really want to see more of them at this point. It's, you know, Sombra every single day seems to be getting more and more into the meta, so it's something that I personally like to see. So taking a look at some of these comps, we do see one thing that I see that really stands out is Deco, who is on the Baptiste, and Placebo, who is going to be on the Sombra. Now, like I said, Sombra is a very good hero, very viable now, and you can seriously expect to see Placebo, expect to see your EMPs do a lot because they can be huge. We are going to be seeing the Pharah Mercy come off on the side of, you know, Freaks and Beeks, but honestly, that's we see somewhat mirror comps. We do see Wisp on the Widow, almost taking out Connor right there. Great placement on his side. Now we do see, now take a look at Frostbite. Even though Risky was the first one to fall down, he will be getting a trade off there. Take a look at Frostbite. Look at his positioning compared to Faith's right now. Frostbite's up in the air. Even if he doesn't have his Mercy right now, he's dealing that damage. Even if he's getting, you know, it's hitting, you can see his placement is where he should be, but his team isn't able to sort of support him. Losing the bridge fight right there, meaning that the first point is going to be going to Freaks and Beeks, with Placebo getting an extremely nice and comfy stagger right there. We are going to be seeing this next push come in. Watch these rockets come in from Faith right now, trying to find whoever they can hit, but you know, we are seeing a little bit of an air fight right here with Frostbite, although I discourage Forest from doing a lot of, you know, air-to-air combat right now. You know, dogfights just aren't viable these days. Focus on the ground. Yeah, and a huge EMP off from the side of Ace, going for everyone. Seems like they're trying to focus down on Deco. Frostbite and Wisp are going to be the first ones to fall down. There's no focus fire needed when Faith is bringing down the Justice from above, and that is going to be the next fight. 40% off on the side of Freaks and Beeks. Something has to change if you even want to even see Hallie try to pull up and grab another point. I want to see Wisp, you know, go up, and I want to see him get a really nice shot off. But with Placebo on this Sombra, it seems like he's exactly where Wisp is every single moment of the day. Okay, and Frostbite is going to be falling down a tad bit low, even though they don't even have a, even though we don't see a hit scan coming off from Freaks and Beeks. Next coming in, Wisp is able to get a headshot off, taking Placebo out of the fight, and this is their moment. They do have the Mercy, and they are gonna res it, so you know, your window can definitely end, and it definitely ended right there. We see Frostbite trying to go in, trying to bring in that Justice, but just not being able to see the connections, only off on 2 tanks right there. There's still a possibility that this can be taken back for a side of Freaks and Beeks. And with them popping Nano and Hedenstomnik, it's looking a little bit risky for them. They are going to be able to have this EMP. Are they going to pop it? Placebo's grinding up for it. Gets it off. Gets Ace and Risky. Ace is going to be falling out of her mech, trying to do whatever she possibly can to live. But D.Va on the side of Plunder is too powerful. 96%. And they didn't even give Holly a chance. That is going to be the first map to your boys in the Freaks and Beeks. Absolute great plays from both of the teams. We just saw Freaks and Beeks perform a little bit better. Wisp caught out of position a little bit too many times by Placebo, and them just not being able to get that proper push in a lot of the times. Anyway, we seem like we aren't going to be seeing that many comp changes right now, although I'm going to be honest, I would totally love to see Beak go on to Orisa, get the hug. Is that a May? Oh, now we're really in for a treat. We do see Team Hallie go off for... Here we go. We see both teams running Orisa Roadhog right now. So you can definitely tell that they're wanting to go for the hook, yoink, and oink right now, which is absolutely huge. We see a switch off from Fate onto the Symmetra, maybe to try to be a little bit annoying, maybe get those really good teleports, and a teleport right on the point. Frostbite tries to end it right there, but just a little bit too much. We see Fate get a direct hit on the cause right now, and we definitely look at this. Watch how both these streams try to engage. The yoink and oink is trying to be tempted. They're able to get Hanzo out, but not enough damage is coming in as Frostbite is going to be able to clean up this point, mopping them up like the trash that they are for running Sombra. Not that I'm exactly against Sombra. I love off-mana cons, but it just wasn't the call right there. They tried it, and I'm happy to see that Faith and Placebo, they are both switching, so they both know that those heroes are not going to work in the situation, and they are going to try to fix this, to remedy it by a really quick fix. Placebo is you're going to see him focusing down Pharah right now. Frostbite is going to be in a little bit of a hard position right now. Faith going for her own aerial assault right now, almost getting Deco out. Now they do have the BAP wall up, trying to get those sick crits out right now, but with Deco falling down, Plunder Powder following suit on the side of Freaks and Beeks, but Frostbite able to come in the back and deal so much damage, bring in that Justice from above. Faith is going to have to back out and come back another day. But Wisp is actually going to be able to get that kill off right now. Great, beautiful stagger. This is what you'd be exactly what you want to be seeing from these teams right now. And here we go, the next push coming in. I want to see that yoink and oink come in for the side of Freaks and Beeks, and I can see it. Beeks placing down his shield, getting a proper positioning. Here we see it wind up. The hook comes in, the hook comes out, but the yoink and oink doesn't connect with anyone. We do see a yoink and oink come off from the side of Holly, but it just doesn't hit anyone. It's a little bit staggered right now. They're trying to find an opening right now. Freaks and Beeks, they're trying to bring in the cracks, but it's just not enough. Placebo and Connor's gonna open this up like the pressure washer that he is, trying to find whatever possible kills they can, but this overshield is just a little bit too much. Even without their mercy, they are holding strong. Hallie doing an absolute great job with this immortality field, but you had to think how much longer until their impenetrable wall starts to fall down. Even though they are doing an absolutely phenomenal job holding, I have to say that we are having a little bit of trouble on the side of Freaks and Beeks. They're trying to find whatever they possibly can, and there it is. You saw the yoink and oink get hit on the Hanzo, but he's gonna be able to get out of there. Wisp, like a Wisp, getting out of there in mere seconds. Almost all of the ults being popped on the side of Freaks and Beeks, but the immortality shield is just too much. And no matter what they try to do, with Justice in their face, it seems like they are going to be losing this point, meaning that we are going to be seeing Hallie even it up with a 1-1 score, meaning we are going to be going to the final map of Lijiang Tower, the most annoying map with Lucio's and Spin to Win's Hammonds. Like I said, right now we are seeing, you know, what you would normally call a stall comp, but it just doesn't work out for the side of Freaks and Beeks. They had such a powerful opening, but with that Sombra and May opening, they lost and they just could not get their footing back, which was a huge thing. seems like we are going to be seeing a Hammond come off from the side of Beak, and I just want to put this out there right now. Hammond is... Never mind. I'll say it anyways. Hammond is a character that creates space. You want him to push around, shove, and generally harass the entire team of Hallie, but without a Hammond, we are not going to be seeing that today. We do see a May come off, and with... Now, there are some huge chokes right here. Server rooms to main room to point. We are going to be seeing some great chokes right now, and Fate has the possibility to get some great CC off right there. And Orisa gets caught up by her team. Lucio tries to save her, and then Immortality Field goes up, but it just cannot stop him. They do take Immortality Field. We look how aggressive Freaks and Beeks is playing right now. You saw Frostbite already popped up her Icicle right now, and there's nothing that they can really do. They have to just back up, and they have to surrender this point down to Freaks and Beeks. Amazing team play. What an amazing May play with a great CC, and they have to worry about going into this choke right now because the May can just wall him up like he just did. Frostbite trying to stop the entire push right there, and he's going to be successful, able to assault May for just long enough to make the fight continue on. But watch out for Placebo because his shotguns are coming in, and with an anti like this, you would expect to see people start falling. He's gonna get nanoed in fact, as he's going in, trying not to get frozen, taking down as many tanks as he possibly can, but to no avail. About to get yoinked and oinked right there with Ace finishing off the kill right there. Freaks and Beeks is gonna have to back up, if not try to contest for as long as they possibly can, and that's to make it possible by a little bit of a botched main wall, giving Beak the necessary movement he needs, but the oink comes in, he gets pulled into the blizzard right now, meaning that nothing's gonna be happening to the team. Oh, but how does they get pulled into their own blizzard right now? The Beyblade without the nano is gonna be coming out as they look for whoever they possibly can. Placebo getting some more sexy ult off this already popped ult, and almost 50% of the way there already. Great ult. They didn't even have to they contested and they held perfectly, so there's nothing that they have to worry about. They do have ults as well, so that grab is going to be absolutely huge in these next fights. Now watch as they try to engage. They're going to engage with the roast beef. They're trying to create room for Wisp, who is in server room right now, looking to deal some massive damage with his Beyblade right now. Answer to come out, gonna hit a few people, but Faith is doing the majority of the damage, taking out both supports, and now she has her eye on the tank. You know, this Reaper would be in a lot of trouble. You cannot 1v1 a May at all, and they're still gonna hold strong, even after we saw that Beyblade come in from Wisp. Wisp has a blizzard right now, so she can pop it up, do some great CC right now. Both the tanks are gonna be stuck in. Ace should be looking out right now. He's gonna get turned into some ground beef himself, and that is going to be an extremely close game with Cause coming out. It's looking like this overtime is gonna start ticking down 1 second after another with this blade coming in from Placebo. We are gonna be seeing Freaks and Beaks take the first round of Lijiang Tower. Great plays, great plays from both sides, great team coordinations. If I had any reserves about this games, they were completely gone by the third round. We saw both teams, we saw Freaks and Beaks 2 times were able to go from 0 to 99 in 1 take, and the same for Hallie. So we know that these 2 teams, they are really close in skill level. So it just takes one little bit of push and it's out there already. So why don't we throw to Lethal really quick and see, Lethal, did you see anything in that game that you really liked? Definitely. And while we go on to this, let me do my quick guess real quick because I still do not remember these map pools. I think it is now going to be going to Escort, so they have the choice between Route 66, Dorito, and oh, how do I not know this last one? Route 66, Dorado, and Rialto. There we go. And in all honesty, I have yet to see a team pick anything that isn't Rialto. It's either Route 66 or Dorado. There it is. There's the Rialto pick right there. So they are going to be playing on Rialto, probably one of the most famous maps in Overwatch for being straight up being the full hold map. There are more full holds on this map than there are in any other map in Overwatch. I think at like 50, I think when the map first came out, around 50% of the matches in all comp games were full holds, which is honestly huge. And they almost all the full holds came from that tight little alleyway, forcing them to speed up the cart on the first point right there. So we are going to be looking in for a great game. Not gonna lie, peaked a little bit last time I did see Freaks and Beeks play. I wasn't casting it, I was watching it. I saw Beak play that Orisa. I saw them go for the Yoink and Oinks, and it was so good. Lethal, do you think that Yoink and Oink is going to be viable when 2-2 comes out, or when the 2-2 locks happen? What's your honestly, the Sigma 9 is just a bit too powerful, not gonna lie. Honestly, with those anti-grav bullets he has there that implode, I think Sigma can work in almost any comp at this point. His meta is still being figured out right now, but I feel like Sigma is going to be a great hero. And even though his kid is a little bit weird, he has Rock Smash from Pokemon for some reason. I think he's going to be a great addition to the Overwatch team.
Welcome to Rialto.
I mean, it was the same thing with Doomfist. We saw a lot of people under 3,000 try to play Doomfist for a while, and it really just didn't connect for around, I'd say, 6 months. I don't think Doomfist's been out for 6 months. For the longest time, people just couldn't play Doomfist, and I think it's going to be the same story. Seriously, yeah. So for around 6 months, Doomfist just wasn't viable. No one wanted to play him until, same thing with Sombra. Not with Ana. Ana was actually a pretty monumental character when she came in. Had to take some massive nerfs. But Sigma, I see a running thing with these heroes. They're extremely underpowered, and as it continues on, the game definitely. Faith, you guys gotta do me like that. As the game goes on, as the months transpire with that new hero, they buff it slightly and slightly until it actually becomes playable, which I honestly absolutely hate. But I'm not a developer, so I don't really call the shots. Honestly. So I remember how many times they had to nerf Lucio and he's still up in the meta. Yeah. Anyway, we are going to be seeing this first fight come in on bridge. Beak tries to get a pull off, but Thunder Powder just isn't there. In fact, he's going to be the one getting yoinked and oink, but you can't really yoink and oink your own, you can't really yoink and oink another enemy head. Oh, unless they're going to do it right now. Like I said, it's really hard to yoink and oink enemy Roadhog if your team just doesn't collapse on him all at once right now. We do see a little bit of a dogfight coming up from the Frostbite and Paveldat, which you don't really expect to see like this. Pavel is going so hard right now, getting so much damage right now, and with the halt into the that was so nice. But looking at this comp, I just noticed something that's missing right now, and it's the Ashe. Okay, Ashe Okay, listen to me right now. Wait, Ash into, like, if you dynamite into a pole, it's just too good. It's too sexy. Like, they actually need to nerf it. It's that good, but they're never gonna do it because it takes so much skill. Anyway, back to the dogfight up in the air right now. We see Frostbite trying to go for a pick, but Pavel's gonna be the first one to get it, meaning that we are gonna see an extremely aggressive play from the side of Freaks and Beeks right there. We saw Rixky. He almost got caught off guard getting yoinked and oinked himself right now. They have 3 ults, including Bongos, including Nano. They also, they did just get Sights, but nothing too big right there. You know, Sights isn't a massive ult. It just sort of helps you with positioning and placing crosshairs right now, but this Bongos is going to be huge if they can place it correctly. They just need to wait out Zico's immortality field, but we are going to be seeing Beak fall down, so the Bongos are no more. Look at Pavel, he comes up behind, tries to bring in the Justice, it just doesn't connect with anyone. We are going to be seeing Frostbite do the counter Justice to try to do whatever he possibly can, but with the res coming in, it's looking like it's going to be a solid hold for this next fight. Keep an eye off on Wisp. He's going to pop Visor Sight right now. He's looking for Faith. Faith is the one he wants to take off. Faith has been denying him so much positioning right now that he absolutely hates it. And here comes the sniper fight right now. Watch as Pavel has to skirt around this right now. They're so scared of Wisp. They need to do something about him. And they're going to try to go in point blank, but they're going to retreat. Here the Bongos come in, and the massive damage possibility doesn't end right here. Faith gonna be getting a pick up on the cause, and this is where the aggressive plays come in. Watch as the entirety of Freaks and Beaks just collapses onto Hallie right there. It's too big, and they can't do anything about it. Hitting 1 minute, if I were in Hallie's shoes, I'd be quaking right now, because this is an extremely hard push. They put in so many ults into this, it's just a little bit too hard. Plus, Freaks and Beaks, they have the head and Shabnik. It's going to be a little bit too hard, but with Pavel getting picked up by Wisp, wait. Oh! Connor seemed to screw up his res right there, meaning that Pavel isn't going to be brought back in. Faith is also taken out of the fight, so if they're going in, they need to go in now. Look, watch as Winston goes for the backline, goes for Senin. Wisp is the one who's destroying Freaks and Beaks, being the blender that Holly needs right now. They're collapsing on the teammates that they need. 26 seconds, and they were barely able to get that all, because Connor was not able to get that res off. If Connor was able to get that res off, could have been a completely different story right now, but they're going in for the concussion right now. Widow's going in, on point right now, 0.9 meters, and they're going for it. Pavel getting res, Senin's gonna fall down, so there isn't that much healing, but with the Justice coming in, and the massive damage continuing, it seems as if they are going to be holding for this round 1, 0.9 meters. We are gonna be seeing Freaks and Beaks hold it. Absolutely insane.
0-0. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Oh my god, 0.9 meters. I was not expecting that. I saw Connor go in. I saw him res Faith up. Like he had faith in that. You know, Pendle came in, Senin came in, they all came in at once. They played so aggressive. I think that maybe there might have been a miscommunication. Maybe they thought they got point, but they just didn't. And now they have to full hold themselves on 0.9 meters. That's going to be so hard, especially with how you see Freaks and Beaks play this game. It is insane. The amount of aggression that I see and the amount of aggression that I love seeing from Freaks and Beaks is honestly probably the most aggressive team in this league. And you cannot get more aggressive than Freaks and Beaks, except maybe, Banshee, which Banshee's an aggressive team. I love watching them play, but those two are probably one of the most aggressive teams, so they're going to be having a very hard time trying to hold this point. As the first point comes in, we are going to be seeing Faith on the Bastion, giving me exactly, Faith. They knew it. They knew, Beak knew I was casting. He's like, let's get Faith on Bastion. just have them switch up just in case. So watch as Wisp and Faith, they have this Widow duel right now. Faith picking off Wisp. They don't have anyone to res them right now, and this is where the aggression's gonna come in. Beeks gonna play an extremely aggressive shield right now, allowing Plunder Powder to sort of go up. Oh, nice as he plays in a pretty actually tame shield right there. They try going for the Yoink and Oink right now, but it just wasn't really that high enough. You really have to, at this point, you can see how Freaks and Beaks are playing right now. They're putting a lot of their pressure on with Pavel and Faith, hoping with a huge anti right there to get a lot of connections, and that's exactly what they are doing. Already past one of the toughest parts in this push to actually go off of. Trying to go for the Yoink and Oink. Wisp is going to be able to regain his territory right now. The BAP ult is going to be coming out, and if they're going to hold, it's going to be right here. Honestly, I'm loving how Freaks and Beaks are playing right now. Even though they didn't play so aggressive as I would have liked them to, they are stepping off the gas pedal when they know that they can no longer support this type of aggression. Yeah, it's, you know, he goes for, you can see his CC in his head. He just doesn't have the timing down right. As you watch him, he's gonna try to wall off Beak right there, but it just isn't good enough. Getting yoinked and oinked himself. Frostbite is gonna be falling down, which might be a pro for Hali, but Pavel is gonna come in with the justice right now. Look at that yoink and oink. There's only Zenyatta left, and with the aggression, watch how Beak and Pavel are going to be going up exactly all the way, popping down that shield. This aggression is unconstituted. Amazing. We just love it. Frostbite's going to be able to get a wall off this time, but it's just not going to last too much longer. They do have the tranquility, but not long enough to save his tanks. Only to keep his squishies in there. But the squishies, they can't survive against an onslaught like that, as Freaks and Beaks will be winning the next map. Second map in a row. That's going to be Freaks and Beaks with their win.
Play of the game. Double. Epic. Running post-mission diagnostics.
Yeah, I could see what you're talking about with Frostbite, although I'm intrigued. Why don't you I'm why don't you elaborate on, you know, some other things that the mind game these two teams both came out, and, you know, some what were the mental that you saw during this game? Mhm. So you're seeing yeah, I saw Freaks and Beaks, they hit some nasty pulls, and then Hallie just didn't seem to be able to come back from that. Yeah, definitely. And we are going to be seeing the next map is going to be Volskaya, which is honestly another great map. Like you were saying, I want to see Hallie start hitting those pulls. I want to see them get those sexy yoink and oinks, which I know I know that these two teams can hit the yoink and oinks. And I know I've seen Holly play to their top performance. I've seen Freaks and Beeks play to their top performance, and they're giving us a lot. But there's just a little bit missing from the top. And, I think it might just be nerves. I think Hallie right now, they're a little bit scared. If I would say, like, if they're going against the top seeded team, no loss, undefeated, and it's definitely getting to them a little bit. Although you can definitely see that Holly, they can push back. You've seen them push back on Gardens, and it was absolutely huge.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
Definitely.
Initiating match.
Anyway, we are going to be moving on to the next map, Volskaya. What do you want to be seeing out of this map, Lethal? What do you want to see them play more Orisa Hog, or do you want to see them go to maybe if Orisa Hog, or like if the picks that they're playing right now aren't their comfort picks, do you want to see more comfort picks come out from the team? Yeah, I'll admit I love a good Sombra.
Ready for battle.
And seems like you're going to be getting exactly what you want with Wisp on the side of attack, going to be on Sombra. Now, they aren't going to be going on the Pharaoh, which I would have greatly appreciated because I'm a stickler for that, and I'm not gonna lie, I do want to see Freaks and Beaks there. I want to see them run the Bastion, but I can understand why they aren't going to be running a Bastion right now. But I also want to see Frostbite run off on a Pharaoh right now. They are running the Lucio, which I can understand because they want to be a little bit more divey right now. But I think that up air, damage would be really good for them right now. But let's see how these teams are going to be able to play right now, with their styles. We do see a little bit of an aggressive play from Pavel going up, hitting a few of his arrows, trying to build ult already, and he's already at 30%, so it seems to be working quite well for him. Going into this first fight, watch as the tanks try to jump in, but Pavel, the yoink and oink is just too good. They're going to be taking out Winston, meaning that the entirety of Hallie is going to be having to back off for this first fight. That was absolutely huge. You saw the Winston. He hit shift, tried to go in, but the hook was just too good. Now, look at Wisp. He's going in the back line. He's either trying to go for that hack off on the Beak, but gets caught off. The damage is too fast. Anna's going to try to hunt him down like the manhunter she is right now. Able to hit the sleep off, and that's going to be Sombra not out of the game, but a little bit worse for wear on this next fight. Look, they already have sight. They are Freaks and Beaks. They already have sight. They already have dragons. It's looking like this fight is going to be a little bit messy for them. Even if Pavel is asleep, you just have to be a little bit worried for Hallie right now. And they're all standing still as the dragon comes in. Luckily, they're able to scatter just in time. Hallie's going to be able to have this next push to themselves. Although, not going to lie, I would have loved to have seen a little bit of a better placement. Maybe a prediction on to that dragon right there as they're popping sights. They know. Look, so they're waiting for this Sombra to come back in. And Pavel knows this, but he's just not looking in the right direction. He's a little bit too focused on these tanks who are just right there. He doesn't notice the Sombra from the right. Here comes the jump in. Winston's trying to go for the squishies right now, but the squishies are behind the tanks. He doesn't see any room to go for anything right now. It seems like this wall of tanks right now is working exactly how they should, stopping the enemy dive from hitting the squishies, from hitting the people who are extremely important, as we are going to be seeing Freaks and Beaks be able to hold this point with flying colors, and that is just absolutely amazing. You saw... I had a little bit more faith in the tanks right there, holding off, and it seems like they were able to do their job a little bit better than I thought they were. Yeah, but look at that. And Deco already falling down with Pavel just not giving him any room to even squirm. Like you said, Faith playing a little bit over aggressive right there. Getting picked off by Wisp, but Wisp is going straight for the Reddit shots right now. Getting picked off himself by Pavel. Now, look at this. This dive is so nice. You see the Winston go in, and then you see Ace follow up with the defense matrix, but the damage just seems to be a little bit too much. It always seems like Risky is playing a tad bit too risky right there, and just gets picked off more and more and more. And with 50 seconds left on the point, I have to say, 3 ults for both sides with the way these teams have been playing. You know, maybe with this Nano Blade, hopefully he'll be able to bring up some pinatas. You do see Frost looking for, he's waiting for Deco to get his ult right now. You can see, look where he's positioning himself. He's positioning himself to a point where he can climb up a wall. He's doing a lot of damage right now, and as this bomb comes out, it's gonna be getting almost all of Freaks and Beaks right there. This is the ult that they wanted. This is the ult that they needed right now. It seems as if Hali is going to be able to get the first point at 10 seconds. Absolutely huge ult from the side of Ace, and you couldn't ask for anything better. You know, not to mention, they still have the Nano Blade for this next fight. So 3 minutes going in onto this next point. They have the ability to end this right now. Plunder has the possibility. He could go in with some ground beat to try to counter this, but it just might be too big. Here comes the Dragon Blade. It comes in, and look as Frostbite tries to find some pinatas to hit, but the ground beat is too big. He's getting pushed back, picked off. Although Ace is in the backline, he's doing a lot of damage to these squishies. They're able to get second tick. Are they going to get third tick? They're holding off the point. Great. These boops are amazing right now, and that is going to be point with Wisp tearing up the enemy team. Hali is going to be able to get second point a little bit.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Yeah, honestly, it's something that a lot of players don't expect. Unless you come in with the EMP, you know, the EMP bomb, which just hit so well. You don't expect to get hit by an EMP to a bomb that hard when there's no EMP to follow it up.
Ready for battle.
I don't know, but it was honestly honestly great play. You know, these nerves, you know, a tournament style like this, Division 1 Week 5, these teams, they're already in it for quite a while. They're, you know, they're a little bit jittery. I think there are only a few more weeks left of, you know, Revolution and, you know, this tournament going on. I think there only are a few weeks left in this season. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. So maybe I think it might just be the nerves coming off from both teams, eager to get the season done with and see what their placements are.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
And we are going to be starting up this fight with Frostbite getting a pick off Descended. Absolutely huge. And now you're going to see Hali dish out the same exact treatment that Freaks and Beeks just gave them, but on the exact different side. They're going for the yoink. In fact, they're running triple take. This seems to be, you know, a very solid comp coming off the side of Hallie right now. And I'm intrigued to see how freaking Beeks, how they're going to try to take up this point. They go in for the dive, but there just aren't any squishes in there. Plus, the on-nade is absolutely huge from both sides. The anti hitting almost all the tanks right there, allowing them to get so much more positioning. Look at Beak. Look at how good his cleaves are. He knows exactly where to position himself. He knows exactly where to be in the exact same time. They're not going to be held to 0. In fact, they're going to hit this under 2 minutes. Over 2 minutes, in fact. So that means they're going to have around 6 minutes to get this next point. Absolutely huge play. Plus, they have EMP Blade coming up. EMP Nano Blade coming up for them soon, which is going to be absolutely huge for them. Watch Faith. Look at how she's going to position herself in this next fight. She's going behind the backline right now, jumping in. Look, she's waiting for all the time. Going in with the great EMP. 4 people with the Nano Blade coming in. And this is when the pinatas start getting broken. Ace, Risky, Deco are falling in. Cause gonna be next to follow. And that is going to be point. Look at this amazing damage coming off from Freaks and Beaks. They can try to contest, but it's not going to be to any avail when you have 6 teams on there who are 6 players on there who are that good at focusing down. You're going to find a little bit of trouble taking the point as we hit the second point. Even if they're able to bring in some ground beef, it's not going to be enough. Second tick down, and the clock is ticking, but there's nothing it seems that Hallie can do or try to take this back. They try to go for the spinning wing comp, but it's just not working. Even the massive anti just isn't enough to try to retake this point. The clock is ticking down. Another EMP hits the second one in this fight, and that is going to be game. 4 minutes against 2 minutes.
Score 2-2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Are we talking about the first point or second point? Yeah, that was absolutely huge. That placement on the side of, Anna right there, able to position herself properly and get such a huge anti is huge.
Ready for battle.
It seems like we are going to be getting quite the show from Volskaya. I'm going to, so we don't have to worry about, we do have to worry about going into overtime, but we don't really have to worry about, a point gets taken, not too much time gets added to the points anymore. But we still expect an amazing game. Both teams were able to get the 2 points, and we don't see that much in Volskaya. It's always almost by 1 or 2 ticks that a team ends up winning. So it's a treat to be able to see both teams go to point 2, going for point 3 right now, as we are going to be seeing Hallie on offense, Freaks and Beaks on defense. Now they are going for the triple DPS again, trying to go for all that nice damage, but Faith is going to be able to get a push off onto the first pick. Risky falling down. Now keep in mind, Orisa is a pillar player in a comp. It's no, and they're going to get the stagger off on the frostbite right there. Absolutely huge. They're taking out core players left and right. It's not like, if Ace were to fall down a tad bit into a fight, having Risky fall down is absolutely humongous. Now, I'm not saying that Ace is not a valuable player. I'm just saying that Risky falling down is way worse than Ace falling down on the side of Hallie as they try to go in for their next push. Watch out for the hook this time, because you just don't want to get taken out too badly this time. And look, he got pushed up again. That's going to be Wisp falling so low, but luckily his team is going to be there in order to save him right now. Look at this aggressive plays. Watch Shannon. He's looking for this anti right now, and is he going to be able to hit it? I don't know, but this dragon is absolutely huge. Pavel gets it straight down on that beautiful choke as we now hit 1 minute, and you just have to wonder, how long are they going to be staggering Ace for? I mean, this man's going to be out for a while now. Yeah, look at Ace. There we go. Definitely, that's absolutely huge. Killing Ace with a stun. You know, I haven't seen that good CC in a while, or that good of a. Oh my God, what a great stagger that was right now. And they had to wait 30 seconds left.
Remaining.
Team Hallie only has one push left. So it's going to be a big thing for them. And with cost falling down, that Lucio is vital to the team. It's going to be a little bit harder, but they do get the push. They do get the pick off onto Pavel. No more. There we go. Now they're able to get their footing onto this road right now. Able to finally get this climbing wall up to where they need to be. We are going to be seeing all of the ults be popped on the side of Freaks and Beaks as they try to do whatever they possibly can to regain a foothold onto this point, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to be trying to come in. We see the aggressive Battle of Mercy, but just nothing's going to come for it. They can try to contest all they want, but it just doesn't matter. As we go on. Oh, absolutely humongous ults. They do pop. The fireworks are being popped right now, but it's a little bit too much to take in. As we see Freaks and Beaks, they're all on point right now, giving Hallie free room to do whatever they want, but now they've realized their mistakes. They're coming back on the point, trying to get their hold back on, but once you give off point, it's a little bit harder to come back. Watch as Faith has now switched on to Junkrat. The shield damage is there, and a huge anti means that they're going to be able to retake the point. The overtime is going to be taken down, and they have just under 2 ticks to try to retake and win this map, securing themselves the victory.
Round 3 complete. Score 2-3.
The Nano Junkrat is definitely a scary comp that you don't want to see at night.
Initiating match.
Especially if you're a shield tank, your shields don't exist. It's definitely risky to go, but yeah, it's so, you know, you definitely see this on the side of either like one of our players, not in this game, but one of the players that was playing yesterday. Either is an absolutely amazing Junk, and you can see how Junk can straight up just decimate tanks, and we saw Faith come out and do that. And just for reference, what Hallie had 2 minutes to do, 57% on second point, Freaks and Beaks has 4. They have double the time to get the same exact push, and with how good that first push was, I honestly have to say, it's going to be an absolute great fights that we are about to see. We do see Faith onto the Sombra. We do see Wisps on the Widow. I don't generally like seeing double sniper comp on defense, but Hallie, they seem to be able to pull it off, so I'm excited to watch them play this. Faith getting his footing in the back line right now. He finds Wisp. Let's see how this goes. Look at this. Faith is following Wisp religiously. He knows exactly where they're setting off. He's giving his teams the crucial calls right there, and he's going for Wisp. Look at how Faith is pulling himself right now. And look at that dive right now. Instead of diving on the squishies, they decide to dive on the tanks, completely ignoring the squishies, and then deciding to rotate to them right now. Watch as Beak completely cleaves this team in half. They aren't even all on one. You need to be grouped up, Holly, but you know what? Freaks and Beaks, they're denying any little bit of group up that they possibly can. What a great push right there as Holly is slowly falling down. This means it's going to be an easy take for Freaks and Beaks unless there is some huge contention coming up on the side of Holly, but it just doesn't seem like there's going to be any. Yeah, a little bit of a weird call, but a call nonetheless. Look at Faith as he's already on the point. You know, he's gonna get caught a little bit, which could be a little bit risky. Faith falling low. Does he have his translocator? He does. So luckily, Faith is safe on the side of Freaks and Beeks, but this doesn't mean that the push is over yet. Look at Beak. He has Primal. He's waiting for the perfect time to come in and deal damage. They have Nano Blade too, so they might just push in, engage with Beak, and then bring in the Nano Blade. Will Pablo, he dashes up, Paz Blade, gets Nano, and he starts hitting up the enemies, gets caught mid-air, and that is going to be the Pinatas spewing out their candy. That is going to be Freaks and Beaks securing their win. So there's only really one map left to play, and that is going to be GG 3-0 with one map left on the choosings.
Play of the game.
Nerf this!
Triple.
Yeah, the immortality field is huge, but you have to place it correctly and you have to defend it, which is extremely difficult in the heat of the battle.
Epic.
Anyway, I think we do have one more map here. It is going to be... It's either King's Row. It's going to be King's Row. It's just going to be King's Row. Let's be honest. I see a lot of teams like we haven't really been seeing that many goats lately on this, and it's definitely a more of a gentleman's agreement that you see, and I definitely enjoy it. These teams, they want to get ready for the 2-2-2 lock, and so you can see how this affects their play style. You don't really see goats come off that often in Division 1, and that's what I just absolutely love seeing from these teams. They have a gentleman's agreement right now, and that's what I honestly I can't get enough of it. Ooh, oh, they're going for the German map. I love it. Eichenwald, that's that's weird. Not going for King's Row like you normally do, or how people normally do. Yeah, and you know what? Maybe I've talked to Hallie about this before. They just practice a lot more in Eichenwald than they normally do Kings Row. So we do see a lot more. Kings people are so acclimated to Kings Row that they practice a little bit more, and maybe they get a little bit rusty on Kings Row, so they want to play some Eichenwald. Yeah, it's sneaky maps. You have that far flank. They also added that side room that absolutely no one uses anymore. They added it so the Maywall couldn't be that big, but it's still just as big as ever. Honestly, yeah, but you don't really see teams want to pop off. A Torb that that readily. Yeah, people don't really play Torb, and it's not. Yeah, I don't think May has an arc. Mm. Oh, I didn't notice that. So what do you want to see off of these two teams in Eichenwald? You want to see a Bastion? Honest, you know what? You're preaching to the you're preaching to the choir right now. I absolutely love Bastion.
Traveling to Eichenwald.
Bastion too good, honestly.
Initiating match.
Hold on. You've never seen a professional whenever you play Bastion A, you have to turn on your colorblind mode. That's just you have to. I mean, how do you not give tribute to the best Bastion player in the world? And then B, you never go into turret mode. You have to stay in, attack mode. Only sentry mode.
Ready for battle.
No. Uh
Attackers
Hold on, wait a minute.
incoming in
Wait a minute. I was off the map. I was dead and he hooked me through spawn? Question mark. What?
5, 4, 3.
Oof. That's not me how it be. But on this next point, we are. Oh, yes, we're going to be seeing Risky on Orisa and Wisp on Ash. Oh, I love it so much. The dynamite into pole is just too good. As Faith is going to be delivering some big Faith right now, some damage up onto the point, but it's just not enough as Frostbite's able to finally land some hits and win a dogfight. Yeah, I think that's the first dogfight that's been won by either side. In fact, this entire all of these three maps right now as we go into this next fight, or sort of continuation of next fight. Watch at how Beeks creates space. He's harassing not only the backline, but the entire team, allowing Faith to go in, allowing Thunder Powder to go in. It's too good, and it shows the skill and the coordination that these two teams have. That these two teams have. I mean, look at, excuse me, just take a look at Freaks and Beeks, and you can see their like the skill that they have. We saw the Genji pop. Oh, okay, Pavel. That was I think that was a 1v7. I think that they okay. That was a little bit of a weird play on the side of Pavel, but fat fingers definitely always happen. Maybe he saw a kill, thought he could get it, but miscalculated it. It's something that you really don't want to do. That was an extremely, we wasted so much potential popping that. All Pavel needs to hold a little bit more discipline right now, but just you can see how this coordination can fall down so quickly. You can see when Beak fell, they don't really know who to focus on. I say as Faith comes in, decimating the other team, giving them a little bit more breathing space and allowing them to look at where they're going. But you can see when Beak isn't there to deal that harassment, how it's such a difficulty trying to, take anything. Honestly, it seems like Faith is completely fine with how he's playing. and he doesn't seem to be bothered by it at all. Even if he does get picked off by the Widow, he's still doing a massive amount of damage right now. Even though the Widow does seem a little bit scary, he's not scared at all. Going for Wisp and taking him out with his own two hands. Hey, you don't have to worry about it if you kill your counter yourself. Am I right? He's going in for the picks right now. As as Freaks and Beeks straight up pull in some hardcore pushes. It honestly does. And look at how aggressive Freaks and Beeks are playing. You could see Pavel, you see Beeks, and they're just up there doing so much damage. Pavel hasn't even let off spawn on top of the chandelier. Does Hallie not see? Does Hallie not see Pavi? They don't. And he's getting the Dragon Blade right on top of them too. Look at this aggression. They go in with so many ults, but it just doesn't work out. Things connect, but the damage just is not there. As they get pushed back, Freaks and Beeks dedicates 3 ults and loses the fight. Absolute immortality there, right there from Team Hallie. Not even thinking about how they're gonna go in. They win that fight. Pushing up all the way to door means that they're going to have so much space to move back. They're gonna have so much. They have a really big crumple zone, and that's gonna give them so much more breathing room. But they have to make sure they hold it. Look how fast they're giving up their breathing room. They're giving so much. They're moving back because they think that they have a little bit more, but they really don't have as much breathing room as they think they do. And with this immortality field coming in as well, there just isn't anything for them to do. Watch as Freaks and Beeks come in there and deal so much damage. They try to counter them, but okay, that was actually really good. The grab comes in and absolutely just stops Freaks and Beeks in their tracks. Yeah, so Faith pops it. It gets taken out by Ace. So looking a little bit sad on the side of Freaks and Beeks right there. They try to pull the BAP, but it just isn't enough. They now have to give up breathing room right now, but they don't have any grab. And with Grig falling down on this next fight, you don't have that damage anymore. You don't have the 6-man hits anymore. Watch as Freaks and Beeks just collapse. They're popping. Okay, maybe the grab wasn't really needed, but they're popping their ults and they're holding up on spawn. This is absolutely humongous. Look at these aggressive plays right now. They are not even staggering right now. Faith comes in with a huge tire, finishing up. They're making a meatloaf sandwich out of this right now. Not even willing to give up a single inch right now. Look, the amount of aggressive plays that came out of Freaks and Beeks was huge, and that's what I love to see. Okay, like, if you watch any team play that aggressive on spawn, you know that they're coordinated, and you can just feel, the skill that Freaks and Beeks have. All the practice that they put into this map is culminating and paying off humongously for them.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, and I don't think it's really mind games. There is definitely a shatter mind games, but it definitely could be. And I have to say I'm excited to see this. I want Hallie to come back. This has already been won by Freaks and Beeks, but that doesn't mean that Hallie can't come back and take a map for themselves. Now, that's saying Freaks and Beaks, they have 2 minutes on their side. You know, it's with 3 points, it might seem a tad bit, risky right now. But keep in mind, Freaks and Beaks could make a mistake at any minute and completely just get snowballed. But that is all time to tell. We don't see a Pharah coming off on Faith this time, but we do see Wisp was planning for it. He is playing, and Faith is playing for this Pharah right now. Look at his positioning. He knows this Pharah's gonna come in. Tries to go for the Mercy, but just doesn't connect. Instead, decides to start harassing this backline right now. Doesn't connect with anyone, but he is doing a great job bringing out the focus, allowing Pavel to do so much damage right now. And that is going to be the first fight won. What great plays. Not only were they able to call out Frostbite, but they were able to deal that backline harassment that Freaks and Beaks loves doing. Ooh, yeah, Faith playing a little bit too aggressively right now. Gets taken out by Cause, but gets an extremely aggressive aeroplane res right there, which is putting me on the edge of my seat right now. We are seeing Halichoeres, Hallie right now playing a great comp themselves. Because of that aggressive Faith, because of that aggressive aeroplane, they were able to grab themselves a point with 2 minutes on the clock. So it's definitely looking very possible. 5 minutes to get it to the second point, which is a humongous time bank. Definitely, and we do see Beak has Bongo, so you know that it is going to be an extremely big play. Watch this Nano Blade as he trying to find these players like they are pinatas, breaking them up, trying to find the cannons that inside, breaking up a push. Stopping the snowball is just the first part. Now we have to see Hallie and if they are going to be able to try to recapture, re-push this point. With Frostbite, with, that really nice looking Justice right now, it's looking a little good. We do see Faith back on the Widow. So, ooh, Aeroplane playing the Battle Mercy right there, taking Frostbite out for herself. But keep an eye on Faith, okay? You are going to be seeing Mercy play apparently extremely aggressive, which I love some Battle Mercy. But you have to watch for Faith. Look at how Frostbite finds him. Look at that damage right there, and Frostbite comes in with the Justice, but Faith already knew exactly where he was, already knew exactly which button to push and where to aim, taking him out right there. It's looking pretty bad for Hallie right now, falling up on 320, which it just means 2 minutes down the clock trying to push as they haven't even gotten past the first turn. It's looking a little bit risky for them, but they do still have the aggressive plays. They do still have it in them. Wisp trying to get a red shot off, but just doesn't connect. Instead, opting to go through these little slits right now. Oh, but Pavel playing too aggressive right there, following the footsteps of Faith, who's also playing a little bit too aggressive behind the entire team. No idea what he's hoping to do, but if he gets caught off, it's going to be a monstrosity as Hallie is regaining this point perfectly. Faith decides to, let bygones be bygones, let the river flows, doesn't want to get caught off guard by anyone right now. Instead, hoping to get a pick off onto Ana right there, but gets caught off by Frostbite, has to escape, but oh, the stagger is too big. Faith waiting a little bit too much discipline. Should have counted his gold, should have counted his coins right there and had left with a little bit more, maybe allowing himself to be in there for the next team fight, but it doesn't seem like that. As the bomb comes in, it's right in there. Oh, but getting caught off guard, that was going to be way more bigger than it actually was, as we do see the pushback from Freaks and Beaks right now, getting 3 kills, The pinatas are falling open. The sweet candy is gonna be the fire in the name of Pavel. Too good right now as they straight up put the stake back in. It's gonna be hard for Freaks and Beaks to try to find a footing to get this point all the way. 1 minute 30 seconds. They do. Yeah, and that's sort of what what Fate is trading off. He's playing extremely aggressively, sort of out of position, so we can get these nice picks. And we definitely tries to go to take Frostbite out right there, but the headshot just doesn't connect. Frostbite is low. Beak takes him out, but it's a one-on-one. Faith getting res extremely far from Mercy right now. You saw Lucio come out. Faith, watch Faith. Look, even though he's in position right now, he's hitting his shots. Like, he can consistently take out Wisp, and it just seems like it's so hard for Hallie to really do anything in this position right now. I honestly sort of feel bad for Wisp. He's keeping his cool though, which I have to commend him for. The discipline on Wisp to not tilt so quickly is utterly amazing. He gets the picks off when he needs them, but just can't win the Widow. You just can't win the Widow duels every single time. It's a little bit too difficult. And this is the last push that they have. Wisp giving his team the breathing room that they need, taking down Faith and Risky. So they do have bongos up, but just so you know, it's gonna be a little bit hard. They're going in with all of their ults right now. They're trying to just do whatever they possibly can. They pop Blade, they pop Bomb. They're able to get 2 picks off right here, but the damage and the dive coming in is making it seem like it's gonna be a tug of war game. Hallie is not going to give this game up without a fight. And as they go into overtime, you can see that they are pushing with every last strength they have. They're clawing to try to get this, but with Ace on point being completely ignored by Freaks and Beaks' own D.Va, and that's going to be it. That's going to be the 4th map well and done. Freaks and Beaks pulling the 4-0 full sweep on the Hallie right there. Absolute stunning play from both teams, but Freaks able to show their superiority and come off on top. Hallie being able to show that they have what it takes to contest with the big boys, but a little bit more practice, just polish at this point. But Hallie, they have the skill, they have the will. All they need to do is put in a little bit more elbow grease and they will be there. Yeah. Yes, and that is going to be, Freaks and Beaks win. Absolute stunning display from both teams. Both teams, massive potential. Hallie being able to do so much, and we are going to see someone who's joining the channel. Okay, we are going to be seeing Beak joining the channel. So Beak, why don't you, tell us what was going through your brain when that huge on Volskaya, when that huge nano came, when that huge anti came in? That was absolutely insane.
Oh yeah, once we got that, it's like it was pretty much like green light. Like everyone get the hell in there and clean up, because you can never get a fatter nade. So credit to Senin for throwing a perfect grenade in there.
Yeah, I have a few questions for you. So what have you guys been practicing recently? I saw Doomfist, which I hadn't seen from you guys come out earlier. So what have you guys been practicing in your scrims lately?
A little bit of everything. So we like to play like a whole variety of stuff, because some of us have like different hero pools, and I think we get tired of metas and things like that. So like obviously, like as me, I play a lot of Orisa in this meta. So like we try and diversify what we got. But I think a lot of Cyber Dive, a lot of Hog and Orisa with some varying DPS. But other than that, yeah, I'd say those are the most common things that we get.
Yeah, and so you guys are ready for that 2-2-2 lock to come in, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're trying to prepare for everything, and I don't even think we played any sort of triple tank. So I think we've been um, ready for the 2-2-2 meta for a long time. Um, but I think we tried to play a little bit of goats at the end of Eichenwald just because some of us miss goats. Um, but other than that, yeah, we're ready for 2-2-2 for sure.
So, how confident were you guys coming into that game against Hallie right there? Because it seemed like you guys sort of seemed like out of your element on second point on Garden on Lijiang Tower, but you guys
Mhm.
got that right back into it. So, do you guys have any hurdles that you had to overcome, or was it sort of like were the calm, steady, and smooth the entire time?
Yeah, I mean they were pretty hectic in that one. I think we weren't controlling our flanks as well as we usually do. I think we were trying to focus too much on getting the halt hook, and not much on like tracking where that far is. If she, I know we know she is ult. Where is she? Because she's going to drop eventually. Um, yeah, I think that one was just like a miscommunication thing. We were kind of all frantic and kind of running around with our heads cut off there, so we just had to kind of like recollect and be like, all right, wait a minute, guys, like we're fine. And then because we went right to control center, and that's like a map that we absolutely love. So just kind of had to get back on the horse and be fine.
I know Lethal absolutely loved your idea with the Symmetra and with
Mhm.
the May, but it just didn't work out, which was a sort of a bummer. I would have loved to see, have seen that play out, but
Yeah,
it's yeah,
we've yeah. I think the whole reason we do that is, well, we do have a sim one, a sim main in our team that actually didn't play tonight, but kind of can't come up with the genius idea of just TPing right to point and just making it as hard as possible to try and get into point. And we actually did it, I think, 2 games ago or 1 game ago, again on a stream, and it worked out like super flawlessly. But yeah, we don't know how much we can pull that bunny out of the rabbit. So maybe we'll switch some stuff up and or adjust it as we need to. We'll take a look. But it is a fun comp to run for sure. Hmm. Yeah, we originally actually ran that with Ryan Zarya instead of the Arissa Hog. But then I'm like, I don't really do much as Ryan. I'm just swinging there while we wall stuff off and like trying people away from point. So and then also uh, with with Sim and the May, we try and like that's honestly try and like make the main tank's life as awful as possible, um, because that with those two, it's going to be a hard day anytime. So. But yeah, we like I said, we try and get creative with our stuff. So maybe you guys will see more, creative things in the future games. That's why we love getting to stream because we love to show everyone our crazy comps.
yeah, you guys are.
Hmm. That might, yeah, Faith. Hey, the tanks get no love, right? I mean, yeah, it's just a matter of I guess where you put the wall, and it's a little bit past where it should be. Then I guess I'm headed back to the spawn door, but we go again. It's a double edged. Yeah, it's one of those double-edged swords. When you play the Maywall with the counter, the halt hooks as you see in OWL these days. So still perfecting it as a whole.
The Yoink and Oink is just too good.
Yeah, we were pretty proud of our Arissa Hog tank line tonight. I think that was a focus coming in for us to really have a good show on that. And I think me and Pund are pretty happy with the results.
Okay, well,
I mean, The thing about Halt Hook is like when you're on the opposite side of getting like boomed by Halt Hook, it's super oppressive. And like short of going Diva, which I think they did, just to negate the halts entirely, there's really not much else you can do other than like hoping your TPS can pop off somewhere else and like get flanks. So I understand where their pain was coming from. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see any indication of them giving up, but I mean, you guys saw more than I did, so I don't know. Mhm. Yeah, it's a lot easier than well, it looks a lot easier than it is, right? You know, it's easy enough to be like, hey, I'm pulling, and yeah, right, exactly. So you know more than anyone how it can it can be difficult sometimes, especially as like hog, you can be getting booped and bopped all over the place while you're trying to hook. Tell you. Yeah.
Anyway, Beak, thank you for coming online and doing a quick little interview with us. Even though you were the only one who could come online. Anyway,
That's right.
do you want to shout out anyone? Do you want to shout out your team, shout out your Insta, something like that?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the team for playing great today. I think we lost one part of control, but other than that, I think we played pretty clean. Um, Shout out to Faith for getting onto DPS meetings because I know he's a Mercy main when he's on ladder. So he's good to show his little flexibility, and for Punder to do all hooks, and of course our healers for getting those fat nades and keeping us alive to do what we can do. So overall, I think I'm pretty proud of my team.
Thank you for coming in, and thank you for producing Lethal. Anyway, we are so this has been a game between Hallie and Freaks and Beaks. Freaks and Beaks winning 4-0. Just a little bit of information of who we are, because Soldier normally does this. Let's see if I can mimic him as best as I possibly can. We are Revolutionary Esports. We do so we're a place for learning if you are new to Overwatch, or not new to Overwatch, but if you have a team and you want to, if you have a team but you're a little bit too scared to go into, a tournament, or you're a little bit too scared to, take your first steps out of scrims and, things like that, then, we're a really nice place. We have three or four different divisions. I'm don't really know the numbers right now because I have a terrible memory, but we have, I think it's division 1 to 3, 3 being the lower ranks and 1 being the best of the best people who are on. So if you watched it and you like it and you have a team, feel free to come and join us. Anyway, I think that is all I have to say. I'd like to thank Halichoeres. I cannot say their name. Halichoeres. Now, Hallie for coming in and playing, as well as Freaks and Beaks. Beak for coming in to do a nice little interview, and Lethal for being a producer tonight. Lethal, before I sign off, would you like to shout out anyone or shout out yourself?
Yeah, we're proud of our duo, and thank you guys for. Yeah, I'm sure they'll watch this. I know they'll watch the stream eventually. um, oh, that you praised our healers for doing a great job of. Yeah, they're great. They're always great. And thank you guys for casting. We always appreciate when I think both teams do when you guys get to cast and you get to hear someone, commentate the game.
Definitely. And I would like to shout out we do have. I'd like to shout out myself right now. It's an underground fact, but if we are able to get up my Twitter to 40 or 50 followers, we'll unban Popcorn and we'll allow him to come into interview one day. Shh, don't tell Soldier. He doesn't know about this. 50 followers. Follow me. Twitter.com/bite. Capital B, capital May. Capital M on that, bite May, because it's just, May is Bay. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming to watch this game. This has been another Revolutionary Overwatch Esports tournament. Sorry, another Revolutionary Esports Overwatch game, and this is Bite Me and Lethal Overwatch signing off.